Good morning, January 5, and we're going to go into Psalm 63 this morning. And it's interesting in this passage, the psalmist is in a spiral of emotion and struggle, and yet we notice that he makes a conscious decision to seek the Lord. And because of that, the soul of the body, we know the mind, the emotions, and the will, the transformation that takes place, and you see it so clearly here in Psalm 63. And many of us this year are looking forward to greater, better, more positive things. And it is much the same attitude as the psalmist. We go through trials, difficulties, and heartaches, and then we make a conscious decision, and our soul, our mind, emotions, and will activate, they engage, and we begin to seek the Lord, and we begin to see the progress. And so let's go to Psalm 63 together this morning. He says, "O God, you are my God. Earnestly I will seek you. My soul thirsts for you, and my flesh faints for you as a dry and weary land where there is no water." And so he's talking here about the conscious decision, because you're my God, verse 1. I will seek you. My soul has a thirst for you. Remember, as the deer panteth after the water brooks, Psalm 46. And then he says, my flesh faints. You know, when we're in a spiritual drought, there are consequences to us physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And so here's what he decides, verse 2. So I have looked upon you in the sanctuary, beholding your power and your glory. And I think for us, there's a very significant part of being in the church building, but also in the presence of the Lord worship. So he says, I have looked upon you in the sanctuary, beholding your power and glory, because your steadfast love is better than life. My lips will praise you. And so when we turn our attention to worship, recognizing, honoring, giving God the praise for who he is, not what he's accomplished, not what he's done, not who he is in my life for the good things, but just for God's sake, just for who he is, worshiping the Lord. And the psalmist shows us that when there is a passion, a desire, a thirst for God, we will pause and recognize and worship him. So then what's the result? So I will bless you as long as I live. In your name I will lift up my hands. My soul, here's the consequence, my soul will be satisfied as with fat and rich food, and my mouth will praise you with joyful lips when I remember you upon my bed and meditate on you in the watches of the night. For you have been my help, and in the shadow of your wings I will sing for joy. Verse 8. My soul clings to you, and your right hand upholds me. He had a passion. There was a need there. His body, his soul was fainting. And the result of his worship, I will sing praises. I will be encouraged. I will be strengthened. And so let me encourage you today. January 5, we're into this new year. Things are maybe better. Things are maybe looking up. Maybe they're not. I just realized on this day, I'm doing a funeral service for a family that lost a loved one. And later today, I'll be standing in their presence, trying to encourage them with the loss of a loved one, a family without a church, needing someone to give them the words of life. What do I have to give to them? Only what God has given to me. And there's people in your life today as well, people that need encouraged and strengthened, uplifted, pointed in the right direction. What do you have to give to them? Only what God's given you, and that comes as a result of stopping, pausing, worshiping God. And he will put a song in your heart, a message on your lips and you will be able to share with others the love of God. And so go your way today. Spend time with the Lord before you do that. Let God give you the desires of your heart so that you will fill your soul with the things of God. And out of the overflow of your life, you will be able to share with them God's love for them, the encouragement that only comes in Christ. Have a great day.